In AD 2101, war was not beginning. An ancient alien spacefaring race had invaded. However, the only thing they found were bases that were already in ruins. Upon further investigation, their scouts discovered ancient hieroglyphs depicting the final days of the people who had lived there. The writings revealed the existence of a horrible monster. It was said that once the monster had taken a special pose, only death and destruction followed. Upon witnessing the carnage firsthand from recovered video footages, the would-be conquerors quickly fled, and the forsaken satellite would once again remain undisturbed for another 1,000 years.
Brain damage story aside, this is Veronica, and there are two major school of thoughts when it comes to building her. One is the use of close counter, and the other is the use of attack and speed push. Now I have both, and having tested for a bit, I still say I'm a much bigger fan of close counter than I do of attack and speed push, which kind of makes my whole sacrificing Elincia kind of wasted. I suppose I'm sure I'll find use for attack and speed push in PvE situations, but probably not. Anyway, so the reason why is that, of course, attack and speed push runs out after one use. And it's also kind of funny because Game Press doesn't even mention Restore Plus. They actually say Recover Plus, and it's been like 3 weeks or something like now, and I've been waiting for them to actually change it, but we're not gonna do that. Well, Restore Plus is very useful on Veronica, because she can use it to heal outside of actually healing someone. So say, somebody got affected by a debuff or a panic ploy, you use that to heal them, and then you charge up your Windfire Bomb, or your Miracle. Miracle is probably better in most general situations. While I do like Windfire Bomb, Miracle is better, is strictly better. I'll explain why in a second. But anyway, so with Restore Plus, you can pre-charge ahead of time. Recover, yeah, you heal a bit more, but Veronica is more about buff debuff than actually being a healer. Let's be honest with ourselves here. So, one problem though is that even despite all that, Restore Plus cannot heal. Cannot heal. I'll probably even mention this down the line too, and show you how it's done. But yeah, you cannot heal with Restore Plus if your friendly is already at full health. Despite the fact that it might show a number, it will not count. You will not heal yourself. So attack and speed push is pretty much a dead A slot after your initial strike. Now, as I've said before, Veronica is somebody who's always going to be debuffing, so you want to keep her constantly fighting. Now, if your A slot blows out after one use, what is the point? You would have to pair up with another healer, which is kind of difficult. I'll be honest with you here. The only person stupid enough to run multiple healers in one team is probably just me. I don't know many other people who do something stupid like that. But, having two healers on a team is very iffy in most cases. One is generally enough. So, what ends up happening is that, well, there's nobody else to take care of it for you. Unless, say, you're gonna run Breath of Life. Yeah, okay, have fun with that. So, in other words, the A slot is dead for the most part. Whereas with Close Counter, when you hit someone with the Lushkov, they lose 8. Well, it basically creates a gap of 8 stats across the board. So, Veronica's not very great defenses suddenly became a lot more manageable. She's also very fast, so it is much harder to double her unless you are an armor that can use Bold Fighter. But even then, if you had taken a shot from Lushkov ahead of time, you will take another one before your Bold Fighter can launch its second attack. So, chances are Veronica will curl into a ball and roll you over to death with those spiky hair of hers.
My brother and Xander taught me how to ride a horse.
See, look, these are very threatening words. Now she can ride a horse too, so the horse also curls up into a ball with her. So that her spiky ass hair will run you over, causing massive damage. And that being said, Savage Blow using C slot is for massive damage. Now, the C slot is generally open for anything. I would use cavalry buffs or whatever, but Savage Blow is very deadly. If Veronica is in a situation where she can attack twice with a dancer, or even just, she attacked on a previous turn, these damage adds up. Savage Blow is a very scary move. Even if you're not using the 6 Paths of Pain Plus, well, you're still going to do chunks of damage on the enemy. And in doing so, it lowers the threshold to death. And as I said before, Lushkov is a -8 to all stats. So you add that up, it's basically as if they have lost 15 health to begin with. That is very disgusting. Lushkov is an amazing staff. I was going to create, Soth at some point and use his Pashkats as a demonstration. But since Veronica decides to come out with that, well, there's no need anymore, because now I can show you how it's done properly. And of course, you pair this up with Close Defense to seal the deal. She is very hard to kill. She's actually not that easy to kill. Veronica is an extremely savage unit. And I will show you all how I will destroy Tier 21 Arena with just her, a dancer, and 2 cheerleaders. Anyway, before we go to the arena, let me explain about Windfire Bomb. Why it's mainly there for points. I mean, usually you have tactics to cover all your stats needs. Not to mention you have your Lushkov to do all your stats needs. So this is more for if you really need to actually heal someone and activate a skill for them to have attack and speed +6 to go around killing people. But otherwise, Miracle is just a much more solid choice. Veronica tends to hit twice, since she's very fast. And after you use a dance, she will attack twice again. So it's really easy for her to enter Miracle range. And when she enters Miracle range, you need upwards of 3 hits to actually take her down. And taking the counter attacks from her, especially with close counter, means that anybody that fights her has to deal with a whole ball full of spikes. And if you have been hit with Savage Blow once or twice before already, you're looking at like 15 damage, 22 damage before the fight even started. That is the power of the 6 Paths of Pain Plus, even though she's not using Pain Plus. Now, let us showcase the power of Veronica in the arena. Okay, so we will go with the attack speed push build first. But let me just try to get myself something of a decent score, because it would appears that my 3,772 points is not enough to in fact stay in Tier 21. It's because of the fire season, and it's also because of stupid Hector. So with this many Hectors running around, full armor is, well, obviously going to be the way to go. I really hate this system, because look at what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to score a decent score right now. My median is about 740. I can go up to 746, and I'm trying to aim for that. Ooh, wait a minute, I lie. I can go up to 748. Well, Burke, let's fight. Burkoot. He's also on my friend list. Alright, so let's see. We have a Marsh Xelgis. Oh, look at that. Ephraim and Leolina. Interesting. Let's take them out first. These guys will take a little while to get here. I don't really like the attack speed push build though. Let's see. What does 4-Blaze do? Hopefully 4-Blaze will be able to unfold the highest res. Yes, highest res can only be Joe Harding. Alright. This will be a decent opportunity to test one thing, which I already know about, but I will show you anyway. first things first. We need to take out Lorena, and we need to take out Emblem. Good thing that we can do both relatively quickly. The problem is, in doing so, I won't be able to show this thing off. But you know what? I'll just say it as it is. But first, let me just roll over them real quick. Alright, Veronica. Roll into a ball and crush Emblem to death. Now, I don't know how many of you have played the original Pokemon Gold. In fact, I think she's even a menace in Pokemon's Soul Heart Gold, Soul Silver as well. And that is the evil forces of Miltank. Now, those of you who have good experience with this will remember that when you go to Goldenrod City, the 3rd gen, there's a horrible monster at level 20 that when she rolls over people, she constantly gets stronger and stronger and will eventually crush you to death. And this is exactly what Veronica is. Because of her hair, full of spikes, when she crawls into a ball and rolls over people, she does massive damage. Like, ridiculously massive amounts of damage to their enemies. And after a little while, because of the fact that she does such a crippling debuff, if she rolls over the opponent again for whatever reason, like by dance, then they will take massive damage and die instantly. Of course, in this case, I can't show it off because, I'm a little afraid of the counterattack. Currently, I'm not using the right build for counterattack.
Did you call for me?
Ooh, that's still a lot of damage. Anyway, so another thing I wanted to show was that, you know how I was checking on the resistance and who would get a debuff? Well, I checked this out earlier with regards to attack speed push, since you can actually use Restore Plus to remove status effects and heal your friendlies. Well, I mean, it still does, and it will still build your charge. Problem is that you don't heal, and that's really terrible. Anyway, let me switch over to a close counter build, because that's better, in my opinion. Now, back to our show. Okay, let's try for a higher score. Again, like 746. Yeah, that was how high I saw last time. I did a bit, like I said, I did a bit of testing before coming here today. And unfortunately, like I said, 3,772 points is clearly not enough. Alright, we have Armor March here, we have this. I should be able to bowl over at least a couple people today. We have to have them come over though. So, come visit. I'll roll over you. Alright. So, now Weed won't be much of a threat, even though she could target my weaker resistance. It doesn't matter, because one of the most powerful things about Veronica is the fact that she actually has, it may not seem it, but she actually has decent defenses. Now, let's start by rolling over Mirth. We'll have to dance, but we can do this. And once we do that,
Did you call for me?
the reason why close counter is the strongest will be revealed. Now, Veronica, curl into a ball and start rolling. Crush them all to death with your powerful, spiky hair. Alright. And now Mirth has been crushed to death by the evil forces of Veronica's hair. It's like that stupid boulder in Indiana Jones. And it's still rolling! Now it's your turn to die! And so now we die an extremely painful death at the hands of Veronica. Alright, now I can still roll over more people, but let me see. Alright, that's fine. I can do this. I will roll you over first. And now you die!
Yes.
And then afterwards, I will
I'd like to help.
get another move from the
Did you call
minion.
for me?
Oh, won't roll you over to death this time, but that's okay. I can do it next time. Isn't that right? Soviet. Alright, let's start things off early with some attack and speed already. Not that it matters because 2 rolls should be enough anyway. And I don't even have to worry about accuracy. That's the best part about Veronica's rollout. She rolls again, she does 22 times 2. Oftentimes, say you roll against someone like a really speedy unit like Carla. Yeah, she might be speedy, but after 1 roll, she becomes a victim. That is the evil power of Veronica. Alright, now let's continue scoring as high as we can in the stupid arena, because it's stupid. Like a jar with lid on it. Now let me see. I can't find anyone with 746 anymore. But I must keep searching because there we go. This is such a waste of crest. Good thing I have like 400 something from back in the day when I didn't care about arena. In fact, I still kind of don't, but I have no choice but to use them now. Eventually I'm gonna have to invest on an armor. I might have to summon for Hector. I don't want to. I really do not want to, but I may have to do that. I hope someone else that wears heavy armor comes along. Someone cool. Hopefully a healer. And then I'll be alright again. Anyway, let's see what the situation currently is. Armor march on this one. Armor march on this one. Okay, so it's clearly set. 32, 27. We're going to aim to destroy Blanino first. I think that would be a smarter decision in the matter. Soviet! God, I love Joe Harden so much. He's so cool. Oh, wow, though. I gotta be careful of Panic Play. Alright, let's see. Well, this Effie is enemy phase, so even if she were to stab me in the face, I will not die. I'll be okay. But let me just make sure that Panic Ploy will not be too bad. Okay, it will not be too bad. It will not be bad at all, actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit you twice, and then when you come to attack me, you know, with my powerful defenses, I will survive. I will survive, and you will be rolled over. As a matter of fact, my powerful spikes have already dealt damage to the enemy forces. It is how disgustingly powerful the evil Veronica is. The Dark Princess, heir of the Dark Emperor. Alright, now the enemy armor has suffered much damage to the forces of Veronica's rollout. Now, let us witness next move by Effie. Effie tries attacking Veronica. He takes minimal damage, and then... and now, she is dead. Alright, let's see. Perhaps we'll just roll Hector to death in one go. And now Hector is crushed to death. Now, let's see if we have enough power to roll over Grima to death in a single roll! Die! Your 100 feet cock is no match for my spiky ass balls! And so Veronica once again crushes her opponent to death by curling into a ball and spiking this guy named Atk to death. But I will add you to my friend list because I actually have a space now and I do not have a male Grima on my friend list. Okay, now let us continue our search for high and reasonable scores. Now hopefully that 748 and 746 are enough. Because if not, I'm giving up on tier 20. I don't care all that much, really. Only reason why I'm putting up with it is because it's not really that hard to do. I mean, look, I'm using Mimian, a dancer. I'm still getting enough points. So, that should be okay, right? 744. Tempting. I might go with that if I can't get it, but I honestly want to go with the higher ones. Yeah, my median is about 740. this can't be good. Tempting, and it's against Celica too. Rain damage Celica. You know how much I like rain damage Celica. I would have liked to fight that. Hey, stop it with 744. It's really tempting. I really want to do it, but I can't. There we go. Persistence pay off. All right, here we go with some wonderful armor. Let's see. The one who will die is you. Well, that's one crush right away. In doing so, I will crush you quickly.
Did you call for me?
Come on! Roll out! Yeah. That giant penis is very threatening. Not after it gets crushed underfoot.
Of course.
Detestable on it.
Alright, let's see here. Okay, so the only person who's gonna move very far is this. Yep, double check completed. So it doesn't really matter what kind of expensive ass build you set yourself with. It doesn't really matter. Veronica will kill you.
So be it.
She will be on horseback and she will kill you.
I will fight.
Now, the problem is, let's give this a second. Let's have Zelgius come down a little.
Yes.
We'll move Minion a little closer. And we'll continue using Joe Harden to project some Soviet, I don't know, Soviet debuff, Soviet manifestos, something to debuff Hector from over there. Meanwhile, Veronica will roll over Zelgius, crushing him to death. And now, Veronica's attack power is increased. Let's move again! Now we will crush Hector to death. Ooh. None is a match for the Porcupath. Die! Yeah. Even if you survive that assault, you hit me, I will just counter you to death. That is the evil of Veronica. The pitiful attack speed build push will not work in the arena. This is the superior build. This is true power. You will learn much from me, Game Press. Now, let's see here. I gotta find 746. Come on, you need to show yourself. Oh, it's against Sun Quan. Final battle against Sun Quan, and it's actually pretty tough. Alright, we can safely ignore Hector the way it is. But we have to crush Ephraim and Sun Quan as quickly as possible, and then we need to take out Lei Wen. Lei Wen, if he goes to get close enough, will be an extreme issue. So, let's situate ourselves. Say, death blow. Jesus Christ. What is on that build? Oh my god, dude, this Sun Quan is serious business. I think I will add him to my friend list.
I will fight.
First, I can crush you to death easily, but then I have to worry about, well, all kinds of attack afterwards, so I will just take it easy over here. Yep, you're gonna send Ephraim? Oh my god, you're gonna send Ephraim alone? You monster being! Well, I'm just gonna roll over Ephraim now if you don't mind. Yeah. Alright, let's see. You get to move forward again. Sun Quan will die in a single, so that's not an issue.
May the dead smell you.
I probably will not finish the attack, just checking on damage to Lei Wen, which is massive. So that's the end of that. I'm just gonna let you move one more turn. I'm gonna kill both Sun Quan and Lei Wen in one roll. Or you could just send Lei Wen alone and just crush him to death. That works too. Oh, but what's this? I can't crush him to death alone. Huh, interesting. Alright. This may have to be done then. That's okay though. I mean, I could just use double dance roll out, but that's not enough. It's okay. This will work.
They'll perish.
Soviet stab. And now you die. Nah. I'll never get enough of that scream when she attacks.
I'd like
This
to.
is what happens when a porcupine rolls into a ball and crushes you. She makes that horrible noise.
Did you call for me?
Alright, unfortunately I can't crush Sunkwan to death. I mean, I can, now I think about it. What is this build? Oh my god, what is this build? This is like... Alright, I mean, I understand Wings of Mercy to try to trip someone to death, but, I mean, like... Doesn't this... You know, not really do follow-up attacks? It's just there to fly over to hit someone once. It's not even... If it was Garm, that's one thing. Not that it matters, by the way, because I'm just gonna debuff the hell out of him. But this build is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Everything about it is ridiculous. I will let you hit me, and then you will die. Or I won't even let you hit me, and then you will die. First though, Sun Quan must die. Well, it's actually Sun Chen, if you actually know how to pronounce Chinese. And Sun Chen is actually a pretty cool dude. Up until the part where he got old and got brain damage, but he was otherwise very cool. Oh, by the way, you're gonna die now. Your Thunder Armads is no match for the power of Veronica's rollout. Get spiked! And so the evil Veronica rolled the entire arena to death. Now, let's see if 3,794 points is not enough. Come on! That's what I thought, you punk arena. This is the power of the 6,000 main plus!